Hey Lions fans, Brad B here for another St. Leo virtual senior day. This time we're joined by a program that has strung together 3 NCAA appearances, 1 conference title, 1 regional title, and 1 trip to the World Series. This group has put together plays of once in a lifetime that I've got to witness and cover. From a walk-off grand slam over Rollins as a freshman, to crawling to a base to get a runner out in the tournament, to even pulling the string on nasty off-speed pitches to hitters. Today I'm joined by Tim Simpson, head coach Aaron Kinberger, and the entire softball team. Over the past 4 seasons, this group has put together a 130-58 record, including a 58-35 mark in the Sunshine State Conference. Let's slide right into getting knowing these players. Our first senior transferred to the Lions for the past 2 seasons. She's played in 37 games with 12 starts in the circle with a 13-4 record, holding an ERA of 2.22 while donning the green and gold. She's hurled 110.1 innings of work with 83 strikeouts. Having tossed 4 complete games, she's logged 3 shutouts and 1 save. She picked up 5 hits this past season, including 1 double and a triple. She graduated with a degree in elementary education. Ladies and gentlemen, from Tushka, Oklahoma, number 8, Sadie Avance. A 3-year member, this senior hails from just down the road from campus. She's appeared in 85 games with 61 starts. From the plate, she has 46 hits with 48 RBIs, 25 runs scored with 8 home runs, 5 doubles, and legged out 2 triples. Playing in the field, this senior has notched 290 putouts with 26 assists over at first base. She graduated with a degree in management. Ladies and gentlemen, from Tampa, Florida, number 18, Bethany Kirsch. A 4-year member of SLUSB, this senior can be found in the circle for the Lions. She has appeared in 65 games with 37 starts while holding a 19-5 record in 203.1 innings of work with 126 strikeouts. She has recorded 21 assists and 9 putouts while on the diamond for the Lions. She graduated with a degree in accounting. Ladies and gentlemen, from Elk Grove Village, Illinois, number 3, Sarah Newman. Our next senior made an impact in her first year in the green and gold, where she stepped to the plate in the bottom of the 7th and delivered a walk-off grand slam over the Rollins Stars. She played in 108 games with 83 starts, where she has a career batting average of .229. She has crossed the plate 31 times in 4 seasons with 13 doubles and 5 home runs, while driving in 46 RBI. She currently sits tied for 4th in program history for career hit by pitches with 14. She graduated with a degree in sport business. Ladies and gentlemen, from St. Charles, Illinois, number 6, Amanda James. This senior can be found in the outfield for the green and gold or in your inbox reminding you who she is weekly when she's asking for her walk-up music to change or for photos. She's recorded 128 putouts and had 10 assists in her 163 games of action. She's totaled 147 hits thus far with a career batting average of .322 with triples and 10 home runs while driving in 91 RBI and scoring 83. On the base pass, she is 25 for 30 in her career, reaching 10 steals in a season a year ago. She graduated with a degree in management. Ladies and gentlemen, from Elk Grove Village, Illinois, number 14, Sarah Pauscher. Our final senior made the trek across the state to play and start in 184 games in the middle infield. A 2-time All-American, 3-time All-SSC player, and the 2017 SSC Freshman and Player of the Year, she currently sits among the top 10 in 7 major categories, including the top 3 in batting average, hits, runs, walks, and on-base percentage. This biology major has 238 hits thus far in a 4-year career with 46 doubles, 7 triples, and 1 home run as she belted over the scoreboard and into the pond at the USSA complex against West Georgia this season. She has 369 putouts, 261 assists, combined from the second shortstop positions. She graduated with a degree in biology. Ladies and gentlemen, from Jacksonville, Florida, number 12, Casey Kelly. Now let's get to the fun part, questions and answers with our 6 seniors, 3 coaches, and these first few are for all of you. And if we can go in numeric order, the better. What makes SLUSB playing at St. Leo and for Coach K so special?
So I think I kind of speak for everybody when I say our team culture. Since day one at my first camp, I was super sucked into the excitement of being at Leo and being a part of this family-oriented team. What's special about being a player for Coach K is that even though we're her athletes on the field, she really takes care of us off the field, and I think we're very fortunate to have that.
I was actually going to say pretty much the exact same thing. When I first stepped on campus for camps, the entire energy of the team was just welcoming. Everybody wanted you to be a part of what they were so happy to be a part of, and that's something that is definitely a great foundation that I saw and wanted to grow as well. So just the family and entire culture of SLUSB was a huge attraction for me. playing for Coach K. She's an unbelievable coach. She's also an unbelievable person and mother to all of us and Zoe. She makes you better every single day on and off the field and just wants the best for you and the entire team as a whole. And it's been a blessing to be able to play for her.
I've played for so many teams growing up, and I definitely think that SLUSB stands out among everyone. I think the difference between this team and all the other teams that I've played for before is that we compete, but we still have a lot of fun doing it, and it's genuinely joyous to be part of that. The girls, the team, the culture, every girl shows up. We get loud and gritty and competitive, and it's easy to love doing that because we still have so much fun in the process. And I think that we're so lucky to have Coach with us through all of that and teach us how to do that.
I think, like, also what everyone said, like, the family dynamic, you know, the time you step on campus, you feel it. And I think also you grow as a person, not only as a player here. And I think that stems from, like, all of our coaches. You know, we're led by great and amazing people. So it's very easy when you have, you know, a full coaching staff of amazing people, and then you have 20-something girls, also wonderful people in themselves. So it's really easy to make everyone better around you when you have those people to look up to and look to.
Really just bouncing off everybody. It's just the culture as a whole, and playing for a coach that genuinely cares about you, like from the inside out, on and off the field, is so impactful, and it does impact the way that you play, and just like the whole culture as a team. Like, everybody has the same goal, and that's kind of hard to find in a team. Like, from the inside out, on and off the field, everybody just works hard. You don't really have a day where it's like nobody just shows up. Everybody has each other's back, and just having that like family culture is huge for a program.
I think everyone said it, but like when I read this question before, the first thing that came to my mind was family. And like, I know on and off the field, like everyone has each other's backs. And like, since AJ and like Newman said that, like the minute I walked on the field, like met Coach K, like I knew that like she like can bring so much to the table. Like, she's an amazing coach, amazing like coaching staff in general. Like, we're just a big family, and I think that's what makes us like also special. There's a lot of love.
What game or moment do you remember the most, and why?
For me, I would have to say the regional championship game against UNA my sophomore year. I think it was not only a pivotal moment in myself as a pitcher, but I think it was a pivotal moment as a program as a whole, because we were able to make history that year, and it kind of gave us an idea of what we're able to do. We've always kind of known, but we've never been able to get to that point. So I think that kind of just opened up a gate for us to kind of see that, okay, this is something that we can do.
My favorite that came to mind as soon as I read that question was when we were in the rain delay at one of our nationals games, and we were all sitting on the floor of this dirty, wet dugout singing with Bridget's Selfie Spoon, and she was killing it, taking it away, this little quiet girl that nobody thought ever spoke. And that energy, and like, it's giving me goosebumps now just talking about it, that really like showed me as a sophomore how great this team is. And not that like I didn't know before, but like that moment of just everyone coming together and all these other teams looking at us like, what are they doing? Like, they wanted to be a part of our energy and just everything that we had done during the rain delay, because we just took a negative moment and made it amazing.
My favorite moment or memorable game would definitely have to be this past spring at Rollins Friday night game. I pitched all 7 innings, and I gave up a hit that could have been a great hit, but Allie J made one of the nastiest catches I will remember forever. It was absolutely beautiful.
My favorite moment was winning the game against UNA as well to go to Supers our sophomore year. That team in particular rode the wave, as like Coach calls it, and everything for literally the entire year. And we went through so much as a team together. And finally having that moment where we beat one of our biggest rivals at that time and coming together and celebrating in the middle of their field was probably just one of the best moments of our career.
Mine was the same as KK and Sarah. That was like, I like can still picture being on the field and being in the outfield and like hearing the way that the parents, like just like their culture compared to ours, like ours are just like, it's just crazy, like so disrespectful. And then like we were able to just like stay classy throughout the entire, like that entire game and like moment, like it just showed like so much about our program that like even the girls were like saying nasty things to coach, and like we were still able to like just prove it on the field and take care of business. And like I still have the chills like thinking about that game. Like it was insane as a sophomore to go through, and that will stay with me through the rest of my life.
So that was like definitely like one of the like best memories. But I think another good one was super regionals when we beat UAH, and like seeing everyone like run to each other and just like get so hyped. Like that was the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And like we sealed the deal, like going to nationals. Like that's an opportunity that like not everyone gets to have. And like I just got goosebumps like thinking about it, like how amazing that was. But that was probably my favorite.
All right, to this day, what is your favorite traveling moment thus far?
So I think it was either in Alabama or Virginia. I'm pretty sure it was Alabama. Bridget got up in front of everyone and kind of told her story, and how she became a member of the team. And I think that was really humbling for me and really touched me. And it reminded everybody that like we're a part of something way bigger than what we think we are. It's not just the game. And it kind of just, I don't know, like it brought a really good feeling, and it was just a really inspirational speech and story.
So I have no idea where we were going or coming from, but my favorite moment was when Coach Marshall did karaoke. And then she did karaoke again.
Mine is kind of similar. My favorite moment, traveling moment, was last spring whenever we did karaoke. It was my first karaoke experience on the bus. And I got to watch Coach Jay sing Closer by the Chainsmokers. Closer by the Chainsmokers. It was absolutely angelic, and I will never forget it.
My favorite memory was our team my sophomore year traveling to Virginia. It was honestly like taking a huge family vacation. Everybody was in such like high spirits and everything like that, and we all got to ride on probably the world's smallest plane to Virginia, and we kind of embraced it. Bailey McKenna would steal my camera and take videos of everybody and everything like that, and I still watch those videos to this day, and it was one of the best memories.
Okay, mine was when I was a freshman, and I remember this was karaoke, and Allison Mitz gets up there, and we're like, okay, what are we going to expect out of her? Like, I did not know this side of her at all. Casey knows what I'm going to say. So she gets up there, and you think she's going to start singing some, like, like how everybody sings, you know. She gets up there, and Coach K's sitting next to her, and she goes, Percocet, Molly Percocet. And we're all like, who the heck is this? And I will never forget Coach K's face. Like, in that moment, I was priceless.
Honestly, just thinking about everyone else's, like one of my favorite was like this year, Maddie Mott started dancing the Queen on the bus. And I just remember like looking at the coaches to see like their reactions, and like she was up and down the aisle, like shaking her booty. And I was like, dang, Maddie Mott. That was funny.
Going into the practice realm, what's your favorite practice drill?
So me personally, in the bullpen, anything having to do with playing cards or anything having to do like with certain counts tied to it or situations was my favorite. It was a good challenge of mental toughness and competitiveness, as well as kind of getting ourselves in a game-like mindset so we're better prepared for when that time comes in a game.
I loved and personally thrived as a teammate during left side, right side, because it was just a competition within our own family, and nothing more fired me up than left side, right side.
Mine is the same as Sarah's, or News, if you want to call her. Anything in the bullpen that involved card games or tricks or whatever we had to do, it was very competitive between all of the pitchers. And boy, would I be heated by the end of the bullpen if I was losing. But I definitely know that it made me better.
Mine is like AJ's, obviously being middle infielders, left side, right side. We loved it. It was a huge competition, and it got very, very heated to the point where scrubbing pants were on the line, which is very serious. We never did that again, thank goodness. But left side won. That one, I'm just saying. We got beat a lot by right side, but that was definitely my favorite drill of all time.
Okay, mine, I do love left side, right side. Like, that one's just the best. But for the outfield, mine was when we did the letter drills, like with Coach Holub and Coach Marshall. that was like always like we would beg to like do that one in the outfield. I don't know what about it, but just like having that like little target, or the bucket drill. They're like the same thing, but having that like little target, and then I remember we'd have to run poles. So many poles at the end of it, but it was just so fun. I remember doing that as a sophomore.
Dude, left side, right side, all the way. Right side, baby. That was probably like the highlight all the time. And when I got switched over to left side for a couple times, I'm sorry, left side just wasn't the same. Right side's got the heat.
All right, so staying with practice. Least favorite practice drill that, if possible, you would never do again?
I think mine kind of goes without saying, but outfield drills. I can't really seem to take it easy when I'm practicing in a position that I don't play. So, yeah.
Any throwing outfield drills. The shoulder's done.
Mine is definitely, we hardly did it in the bullpen, but when we did, I would cry afterwards, is the minute pitching drill, where you threw as many pitches as you could within 1 minute, full speed. You had your leap, everything was in there, and you try to see how many pitches you could throw at once. And by the end of it, your body is literally torn up. And if I could choose to not do that again, that would be it.
Mine would definitely have to be drop steps. I hate them, and they hate me. I've never gotten good at them. Coach hates that I'm not good at them. But it's definitely, if I never have to do another drop step again, the outfield will be happy, and so will I.
Okay, Audis, y'all already know what I'm about to say. The X drill. Whoever satanic person made that up, that was the worst thing I've ever done in my life. Coach Jay, oh my God, I don't know if you guys forgot about that or you just like didn't have us do that anymore, but like we got together as an outfield one day, we're like, yo, did they forget about that? Let's not mention it because that sucked.
Mine is probably the one that Coach Pat runs with the cones, backhand, any as you know that one. You need like 4 water breaks. That one was tiring, but yeah, that's probably my least favorite.
All right, this last one's for the entire group. Who is the one team or that one trip you always look forward to each year?
I think like our Gulf Shores trip, because it's the first one of the year, so everyone's like always on another level for that, and it's our first away trip and everything like that. And freshman karaoke happens on that trip, so it's pretty much the best one, I think.
That's what I chose too.
Yeah.
I definitely chose that trip because you have the anticipation it's been building up over the year. Like you want your first game to happen again. Every year you're ready for that first game to happen again. And I think that the first trip of the season is the one.
Coach K, this one's for you. What are you most proud of from this group?
I think what I'm most proud about this group, and really it's an accumulation of all the groups, I think that that's like the coolest piece, is just how much they buy into SLUSB as their own entity. And it really feels like everybody at different times steers the ship. Sometimes it's the coaching staff, sometimes it's the players, and we're all steering in the same direction. So I think the thing that I'm most proud about, that, you know, what makes me feel like SLUSB is truly different from a lot of other programs, is just the self-accountability, the desire within the group for greatness. And it doesn't just come from the top, it comes from the top, the middle, the bottom, all the way through seniors, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and assistants, head coaches, trainers, SIDs, like everyone who's a part of SLUSB, like genuinely has accountability within it and makes it better year after year.
During this unusual time, what do you miss the most about SLUSB?
What don't I miss? I'm pretty much miserable without SLUSB. So I think through this really tough situation, it's just brought to light how much it really, really means to me. And it also has given me a perspective for my seniors that graduate each year, that emotion that they feel and how much we as women identify not only with softball, but how much we identify with SLUSB and how much I personally identify with it. So feeling like it's been taken away from me and out of my control, just like a senior graduating, has given me a new level of understanding of what each woman goes through, because fortunately for me, I made a career out of it. So I've actually never not had softball in my life. So I think through this tough time, I've just become even more grateful for each woman and, just the time we do have together.
Coach Jay and Coach O, these ones are for you. We'll go Coach Jay first and then Coach O. You guys went from playing St. Leo to now coaching St. Leo. How's the transition been, and how has the culture changed from your perspective while joining the coaching staff?
I mean, it was an adjustment, but they made it really, really easy. I mean, they welcomed me in with open arms. I mean, like some of the girls said, Rollins was their biggest rival. They look forward to that game. So, I mean, like I said, they welcomed me with open arms, and it's been such a pleasure working with them for the past 2 years. I mean, like, it's unbelievable. From the alumni, they welcome me in whenever they come in. Like I said, I just feel such a part of the family. I'm super, super lucky to be a part of it. Like I said, the transition was honestly not too bad. It was really, really easy just because they made it so easy on me.
I'd say for me, the transition was honestly like the best part of my softball experience. Being a part of something that is legitimately a family is the most amazing feeling that you can find, where they are chosen family, but that everyone has your back throughout the staff, throughout the players, and like everybody shows up every day.
Coach Jay, what's one of your favorite memories playing against this group and now coaching this group?
Playing against, it's been a little while. I guess 4 years ago is actually played them my senior day. So that was a fun one. It kind of clinched us going to postseason. Sorry. Another one was, it was funny. It was the first year I was coaching for Rollins, and I still remember AJ hitting the grand slam to win the game and beat us. So, I mean, that was another fun one. But, I mean, there's just so many memories that we've had created this past couple of years. Like I said, I can't even pick one. Like just on the field, off the field. I think just a silly one that we have is coming back from Gulf Shores this year. It was probably about hour 8 on the drive, and we stopped at a gas station. And from buying skunk hats to chicken noises, I don't even know, but it's just like the team, like there was just so much love there. And like I said, it's just hard to pick one memory, but just all of them were so great.
Coach O, one of my favorite memories of you playing is hanging on my wall. But what is one of your favorite memories playing against this group and now coaching against this group?
One of my favorite memories playing against the group, actually my senior year, we were going to extra innings for game 3 of the series. And I remember like being in the circle and saying like, they have everyone on board. And I can remember looking into the dugout and specifically seeing Bailey McKenna and Bailey Burke going absolute nuts. Like jumping against the net, and everybody's screaming, and they're all celebrating the little things, and they're all celebrating each other. And I walked away from that series thinking, what does it feel like to be a part of that team? But currently, I think that every experience with the team is my favorite. Like, it sucks being away from you guys, and I can't wait to be back. But literally every day at practice was just something new to laugh about, from the bullpen to drills running where maybe they weren't quite as smooth, but we got a little bit of a laugh out of it. But, like they're so special where everything's great.
All right. Sorry, for those of you that don't know, the one piece of my favorite memory that's hanging on my wall from Coach O's playing times is Allison Mitz's perfect game that we threw against Coach O. That's my memory that's hanging on my wall. So these questions will go a little more individual. Newman, this first one's for you. Pre-game routine. Walk us through that, from the hype party in the locker room to coming out to the field. What are you thinking? What are your emotions?
So I once heard someone say that men need to play good to feel good, and women need to feel good to play good. And I think that that's pretty true. So we typically will go in about 30 minutes early before we have to go and set up the field, and kind of just get the music bumping, try and get everyone up and dancing and stuff. Just because I think we play our best ball when we're feeling good and we're loose. So that's kind of what we aim to do. Then we'll kind of go down to the field, set everything up, have the music going there, play some hacky sack or just get ourselves loose and ready to play.
AJ, this one's for you. A question that all Northern teams want answers for, and a tradition that has been carried down, cornrows. How much do you look forward to that bonding time to get the cornrows done before playing, and then seeing the reactions of the teams from the North during the annual spring break trips?
Well, I always love looking forward to seeing what everybody looks like, because us blonde ones usually look completely bald, which is great. But the most ironic part about cornrows and spring break is that it always happens to be like National SLUSB Picture Week, and all of our pictures are always taken during that time, so it's documented forever. I love, obviously, coming from the North. I always just had the stereotype and like knew that Southern teams were more intense or like more crazy. And so I just naturally assume that the teams that we play against think that we're absolutely insane with cornrows looking like we just broke out of jail. And I love it.
Sadie, this one's for you. Before you're called to the bullpen to warm up, what's your routine like? Is it big league chew, 2 cups of Gatorade? Walk us through that.
So I don't have any specific small things like that, but for starters, every game day, Bridget and I have an iconic dance-off. That starts everything out. And then when I know that I'm going to warm up for the game, our amazing trainer, Super Suze, always rubs my arm out, gets me ready to go. And then alongside all that, I am very goofy. I love to keep smiles on people's faces. So when I know it's time for me to get going to warm up, I have a few steps between the dugout and the bullpen, and then that's when I take time to change my demeanor. I lose the smile, I lock it in, and then I get ready to defend my team and do what needs to be done.
KK, this one's for you. It's one of many memories I have of this entire group. Take us back to 2018 when you caught the final out against UAH to win the regional and head to Salem. What were your emotions like after that? Tell us who you looked for as soon as you started running towards the team.
Well, my emotions were, holy crap, we're going to the World Series, mainly. And then after I caught the ball, I remember holding it up in the air, and then I put it right back in my glove because Coach Marshall said that if you ever caught the last out of an important game, you never throw the ball away. And for some reason, I thought of that when I caught the ball. But then I just ran towards everyone, that team, especially that year, was probably the biggest family that I've ever had, especially at SLUSB. There was just something about it. So we literally all just ran to each other. And I don't even remember looking for one person. I just remember all 20-something people, coaches and everything, just jumping up and down in the middle, because not only were we going to the World Series, but we just made history, and it was awesome.
Bethany, this one's for you. People have always mentioned it to me, and I've seen it myself. You always seem to have a smile on your face. Is that just your positive outlook on everything, or is there something about SLUSB that makes this contagious?
I mean, it's SLUSB, man. Obviously I always smile like that, especially when I hit. It's but yeah, I mean, SLUSB, look at all of us. It's just we haven't even had a minute apart. When you bring us all together, it's obviously a special time when we're all together. And when you said that, I kind of thought about say one of us didn't have a good day at school or class or whatever. You go to the field and everyone, someone's laughing, someone's making a joke. There's just always good times. And I think how can you not smile with this group of people? You know what I mean? So yeah.
Peaches. Okay, let's talk about routines and extra fitness. I've seen you at the field hours before anyone else to get extra sprints in. I've seen your early morning grind at a hotel on the road before playing games all day. What is so important to keep that routine going and getting the extra step on your opponents?
Everybody who knows me knows I like to work out an excessive amount. Honestly, whenever I start running, I just think about conditioning in the fall and think about the 120s we used to run all the time and how I was able to prepare myself at least for that, so it was a little easier. But I think I always think about practice too, being an outfielder, drills like that, you got to be able to get through it without water, thinking about not having a break, what happens if you don't have a break. I just think that's really important. And when you're in the bottom of the 17th inning in like a World Series game, like you got to have that endurance to just keep going. And like, I don't know, I just think about that when I work out. Like, they're not doing it, I'm doing it.
Yeah, no timeouts in the game for water.
Yeah. Coach K never gives us water breaks.
Play. Practice like you play, ladies.
A bang break.
Coach, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No.
Super Suze, anything?
Put me on the spot.
Anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I think my favorite thing, obviously the culture is there. Like we said, we're all smiling virtually, staring at each other. But the cheers, like no matter who we play against, there's not a day that goes by if I hear any one of y'all's names, I will automatically start doing the cheer. And I look behind me and I'm with people that don't know what I'm talking about. So I think just the energy, it's contagious. It's awesome. It's SLUSB.
Yeah, the thing about cheers for me is I'll hear a song on the radio and I know exactly who's coming to the plate. The one thing I was hoping Coach Pat was here for is I was going to talk to him about his cheer. That was one of my favorite memories of Coach Pat, is always hearing his voice during that cheer. Coaches, Coach Jay, Coach O, anything else?
Nope, I just miss you guys. Thank you for the past 2 years. It's been really, really great with you guys. I love you all.
Tim?
Yeah, just kind of same sentiment. This is Brad and I's second senior class we've got to go through. So, I mean, they just keep getting better. So underclassmen, just be ready for some tears to be shed because we got some good memories to make. That's for sure.
All right, for the 2020 St. Leo softball class, the rest of the softball team, family, and friends, thank you for tuning in, and we hope you join us for our next senior day on May 30th as we bring the baseball team to the plate. As always, go Lions!